Greetings, fellow citizens. This is Citizenkong. Well, Proud American 8, this is all your fault. Proud American 8 keeps sending me these videos, and like a dummy, I look at them. Some of them are kind of interesting. And he sent me one from, this is a new term for me, paleoconservative. What the hell? No offense, Proud American 8. But paleoconservative sounds like a conservative that lives in a cave, or perhaps some type of fossilized conservative. So anyway, sent me a video from a guy that calls himself paleocrat, a caveman crat. No, okay, paleocrat, and this feel like I'm beating my head against the wall. This is a topic that's near and dear to me, but the fairness doctrine. But until we get a different administration, this fairness doctrine thing is not going to go through. Okay, it's a dead duck. It's a moot point now, and yet here I am once again talking about the fairness doctrine. Well, I don't know if you've been following the news, but Rupert Murdoch has officially bought the Wall Street Times. Okay, now that's very timely. Okay, this is a problem, and we should all be very, very afraid about our freedom and our democracy. The media is getting in the hands of a smaller and smaller group of rich people, people with money. The corporations are growing bigger and sucking up more media. Hence, the fairness doctrine. Something needs to be done. Okay, so Paleocrat says he went to school, but he doesn't seem to remember anything about Randolph Hearst, one of the big media magnates from the olden days, and how the government had to step in and break up his monopoly and create rules that said only one person can own so many types of media. Randolph Hearst, the movie Citizenkong, hence my moniker, RKO Studios created King Kong. RKA Studios released Citizenkong, hence Citizenkong. I'm a film buff, okay? Randolph Hearst had too much power. He practically started the Spanish-American War. Oh, Fox News started the Iraq War. History repeats itself. And so they broke up Randolph Hearst, and they came up with, he owned too many newspapers. He had too much power, too much control of the media. His voice is what dictated everything across the United States. Rupert Murdoch is a modern Randolph Hearst. We live in a democracy, and an informed public is essential to democracy. And I don't think Paleocrat considers the gravity of media that it has on the public. He thinks of it as some type of commodity, something to buy and sell. You know, like food. He used a food analogy on this video that I watched, and it's just a lame analogy. Okay. If I were to use that analogy, and we were just allow people to pick what's popular and what ratings are the highest and what draws in the most money, then at his restaurant is a fast food restaurant with fat, lazy minds pulling up to the drive-thru in their SUVs. Okay? That's what AM radio is. You know, and when I was in school, I learned about something they called it the vast wasteland. A senator looked at Congressman, I don't remember his name. Congressman looked at what was on television, shows like the Beverly Hillbillies, and he thought, this is a vast wasteland. Something needs to be done. And then we came out with public broadcasting, and the government stepped in, and we had something better. Meanwhile, the commies, they didn't have any of these frivolous programs. Those kids and adults had to watch educational programming. They had no choice. But you know, sometimes it's like vegetables. It's good for us. We need it. Without it, We're going to get constipated back up until shit comes up to our eyes? Excuse my French. And then the tired argument is that the fairness doctrine will limit free speech. That is such nonsense. What it will introduce more voices. It will take the power of the media out of the hands of the few and give it to the rest of us. It's like Robin Hood. We'll steal from the rich and we'll give to the poor. People like me and everybody else on YouTube. YouTube is a wonderful forum. That is the most egalitarian forum there is, because all you need is, and in fact, I mean, it cuts out most of the poor. You need a computer, you need broadband access, I mean, that helps, and you need some type of camera. But there's a lot of us that can afford that. We don't have to be millionaires to have that. I'm just a working stiff, okay? I rent, I work as a welder, all right? I'm not some rich guy. I don't have all this free time on my hands, but yet I have access to this forum, okay? You try calling into one of these AM radio talk shows. They screen you, they shout you down. They're just a bunch of loudmouth bullies. And Paleocrats tries to, portray me as some old fart dreaming about the good old days. You know what? You're too young to remember, okay? I'm sorry. I guess I am an old fart. I mean, I was too young to remember Edward R. Murrow, but I do remember Walter Cronkite. I do remember Chet Huntley and David Brinkley. And though we had respect for these men, okay? Walter Cronkite talked about the Vietnam War. The climate we have now, the truth does not come out. It got us into war in Iraq. The Vietnam War, people watched what was happening on their TV sets. They saw the bodies coming home in the flag-draped coffins. Not today. They don't allow that. Reagan came along and took away the fairness doctrine. Bill Clinton took away the rules that freed up big companies like Clear Channel to buy everything up. Okay? And this is what we have now. We have the power of the media in the few. And I have to repeat this once again. You do not understand the power of media. Or you have an agenda. I mean, this is your job. Paleocrat apparently is a professional. He has a radio show. And he doesn't want to bite the hand that feeds him. He likes his little lofty perch and he doesn't want anybody to challenge it. So remember, he's one of them. Okay, well, once again, I have to thank the wonderful YouTube forum and Proud American 8 for getting me involved in this. I feel like I'm beating my head up against a wall. And I hope I hit all my good talking points and I sounded intelligent and not like some crazy liberal. This is Citizenkong. Cheers.